the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Mbappe. Rodri. Well, now it's a race for the ball. That has been slung wide. Mbappe gets into a good position.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Great ball if he can get there. Ball's over the line, and it is a corner. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. And it's Roberto Carlos. Van Dijk. Wirtz scooting forward. Played out to the left flank. That's good play. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Van Dijk did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Ibrahimovic being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Pedri gets on his bike and on the move. Mbappe tries to get it clear. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there really isn't enough happening up front, Peter. They just haven't been afforded much by way of creating chances. They must start showing some bite. Portugal really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Wirtz wants to run onto this. Wirtz going face-to-face with his great rival. McTominay. Chouameni. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
And this is Roberto. He's rising! And want to be quick to recover this.
Substituição para Portugal. Número 14. Número 15. Vão dar os seus lugares a número 22. Número 2. Está a proceder-se a uma substituição.
Driving on and making good progress. Ferdinand makes the interception. Vardiol. And it's Lam. Lam.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Eze. Ibrahimovic. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Pisa have got it back and they'll have another go.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
And he gets rid in a hurry. Well, this could be it, past something close to a minor miracle.
Well, I like to see, Peter, that they haven't given up yet, so the spirit burns on.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. It's gone out for a throw-in. Into the last 5 minutes. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Played back.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
And they're back on the ball again. Picked up Ibrahimovic! It's hit the upright. And it's in! We thought they were done, but never say never. Collar duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Well, those players out there must be exhausted now, Pete.
There's the shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Nothing in it still. We move to extra time. So, Jim, any strong opinions after all of that?
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
So, a battle of endeavour, enterprise, and now endurance.
Substituição para Portugal. Número 9, Roberto Carlos.
90 minutes gone and nothing between them still.
Número 32.
Portugal displayed great resilience to find the late equaliser that's got them here. Now can they go one better? Just eases him off the ball. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. And there's green grass ahead of him. Good ball, good take. He's big chance! Another one of football's and how moments.
Ramin has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
It's their second corner of the game. Fermin plays it short. Lopez. And here's Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior finds himself offside. Chouameni, Bruno Guimaraes, and it's Eze. Vardiol, and it's Eze. DiMarco looking to receive it in space. Pisa have it back and can go again. And here's De Jong. He's a sharp little ball here. Ibrahimovic stood his ground strongly. Has a look up and delivers.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Bruno Guimaraes. Oh, that was vital. Lahm receives it in a wide position. And that is out and behind. It's a good block. Corner number 2 then. DiMarco goes short, and he's had it nicked away, and he's there to belt it away. Looking to play him in. Real chance! He lifts the roof! A game of margins! A game of thrills! This might just do it! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
And we're halfway through extra time. Well, we have quite a thrilling narrative here. Despite their early setback, they are now the ones in the driving seat, and all of a sudden things are looking pretty rosy. So this is it, 1 goal in it, and we're down to the last 15 minutes. Everyone on their last legs. Can there be one final twist? And if you're just back, the action is back underway already. This has been enthralling. So what do the last 15 minutes have left? Oh, good ball! Tries a shot! Superb from Vinicius Junior! About as smooth as it gets! It's level again! What a match we have!
Well, this is just incredible. I mean, who would have seen this? Neither manager, I think. It's all happening.
How very smart. He just got it right.
It's an old saying, but it's still as true as ever. The first yard's in the head, and look at the way he was so quick off the mark there.
It is compelling, this. Utterly compelling. And it's DiMarco. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Substituição para Portugal. Número 4. Sai e vai entrar para o seu lugar com o número 3.
Koundé. Still anyone's game this. One moment can... Shapes to shoot! And that's a real chance missed.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Oh, that's well spotted. And it's Lopez. Chouameni. Aimed beyond the defence. And he whips it in. Getting up there! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, I thought the keeper did well to retrieve that. They work all week on that sort of situation, and he reacted very well then.
Vamos ter minuto de compensação.
Van der Ven. What a throw in. And that is a little undercooked. Ambitious ball here. Oh, that's a key interception. There it is, the whistle. No avoiding penalties. Portugal take this the distance.
It's a big well done to both defences for refusing to buckle under the pressure. Fatigue with focus is not the norm.
A brief rest, and then it will be time to refocus. Portugal have done it. Taken to the very edge they may have been, but they have prevailed through sheer strength of personality. Well, ultimately it came down to penalties. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So things are underway. Pedri deals with that comfortably. And the counter is on. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, with this guy, Peter, Antonio Rudiger, you've got to think they'll be playing a high line. His athleticism and pace in recovery are both going to be critical. But I just feel he understands the art of defending better than most. No surprise, given his footballing education, of course.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Looking tidy in possession here. Out towards the flank. Now it's McTominay. And he's intervened well there. Oh, good-looking ball. Lam. And he's whipped it across. Rodri. Just eases him off the ball. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Yeah, I've had a quick review of what we've seen so far, and I can confirm we're in a shot-free zone.
Wirtz was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And it's Pedri. Bellingham. Driving on and making... Bellingham! That was superb goalkeeping.
Bellingham is offering a wry smile there. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Guardiola with the clearance. Throw it. Hakimi. Hakimi, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. It's Ibrahimovic! Goal! Portugal! A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough, though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Bellingham! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Pisa have their second corner now. And it's been taken short. Portugal have the chance to go the other way. He's found a way through.
There they go, hunting again.
Roberto Carlos with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
And it's Bellingham. He's having a hit! Oh, needed to be more decisive in the end.
Bellingham simply took an age to make his mind up, Peter, when urgency was the single requirement.
Oh, what a mistake! There will be a throw-in. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. He's shifting through the gears here. Cuts it back. Rudiger tries to clear. Bellingham. Roberto Carlos. Bellingham. Now it's Mbappe. Lam calmly anticipates.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Hakimi.
Portugal really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Ferdinand, always a very imposing presence at the back. And he's opted for the long pass. Guardiola. Now it's Haaland. Mbappe! And he's there to belt it away. Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. That's a lovely, neat pass. Bellingham. Passing is
Vamos
crisp
ter
and sharp,
minuto de compensação.
and it's Van Dijk. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. And that's been intercepted. And that signals the end of the first period. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Portugal leading by 1 at the break.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Portugal can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break. And we are back on the way. Portugal currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Roberto Carlos has it out wide and in space. Van Dijk. Rudiger. Pedri. And it's Bellingham. And he shoots! He's done very well to get to that.
Haaland actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Hakimi. Rodri. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Portugal just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest of leads. And he is going into that little black book. Pass is just off target. McTominay. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Pedri.
Está a acontecer uma substituição.
Lahm is looking to influence the game from out wide. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire.
He's going to have to tune his rangefinder before the next one. It's a really well-measured ball. And he's made sure that's not getting through.
Pisa really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's
Oh, what has happened here? A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Van Dijk did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Pisa have a free kick. And that's going to be a booking.
Substituição para Portugal. Número 14.
Two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Número 22.
Hakimi.
Vamos dar lugar a uma
Can he get on the end of
substituição.
this? Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Lofted it. Oh, good climb! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. He'll try from distance! Oh, that is beyond special! A worldie and a half! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And this is getting better and better. Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Eze demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Portugal are doing very nicely, thank you.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Played in by Roberto Carlos. And Dijk can get it clear. And here's Eze. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Ibrahimovic being hunted in packs.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
He's picked his way through, and he has been fouled there. Yellow or red? It is red. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Well, sometimes a loose foul can trigger a completely different spell of play, and it makes even less sense.
Portugal are making a change now. And it's Rodri. Shot, surely! It is a fantastic goal! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. With so little time left, grandstand finish. He has given that the lot. Bang!
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
Pisa give themselves a chance of a fair... And a chance!
Portugal really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Vamos ter 5 minutos de compensação.
Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. That pass has been well intercepted. He's looking wide, tries to play it through. Ibrahimovic picks it up out wide. Shapes to shoot! Thinks about the shot. Oh, that's fabulous. That's really well manoeuvred. And we're done. Portugal can finally smile now. They have held on in a difficult watch for both sets of fans. A truly emotional roller coaster that. Ibrahimovic voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So straight into the action. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air, and what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas.
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Thuram clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Now it's Pedri. Portugal are looking to go forward now. Rodri. Quality ball.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Haaland. And he's Haaland! Loose ball now, and there's a chase onto it. Oh, he's been caught napping! Ferdinand clears it away. Wirtz.
Visa would very...
Shot, surely! Has a look up and drives it forward. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now.
Takes a shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Roberto Carlos goes short. There will be a throw-in. And it's Roberto Carlos. Van Dijk. Oh, this looks sharp. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. Rodri. Lobbed in behind. And he's intervened well there. Roberto Carlos is looking to influence the game from out wide. Great ball if he can get there. Brilliantly cut out. Wirtz. To Lahm. And it's Tchouaméni. Now Van Dijk. Vardiol. Wirtz. Roberto Carlos. Passing is crisp and sharp. Eder Militao does well to get it back. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Opts for safety. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Haaland is wide and looking to get onto this. And it's Bellingham. Rodri. He's on it, can he get away? Well, now it's a race for the ball.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
That's destined for the flank. Roberto Carlos has it in a wide position. Rodri. Pisa do have a chance to counter here. It's Pedri. And it's Hakimi. Here's Rodri. And here's Thuram. Very nicely done. Rodri. Well, that is one way to stop him. And the finish! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Well, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Throwing. And it's Pedri. Rodri. Chance for a shot! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, lovely bit of skill. Now it's Thuram. Wirtz. Roberto Carlos.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Hot chance! It's in! With half-time at hand. Perfect timing. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Pisa are in front now, the game's only goal.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Rodri gets a foot in here. Lahm just loves to go forward whenever he can. Ibrahimovic is onto this. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
Half-time nearly with us. They will be desperate not to concede here. And this is a great chance to get themselves back square. Roberto Carlos! Oh, smart save, he had plenty to do.
Absolutely terrific reflexes, goalkeeping at its very best.
This possibly the last play of the half. Back when it goes. It's a loose ball. It's a decent watch, a frantic watch. It is half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Portugal finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. Down to business again.
Portugal can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Bellingham. Rodri. And it's Rodri. It's Bellingham. Haaland. Oh, the ball's gone astray. No way through. Roberto Carlos. Tchouaméni. Wirtz. Bellingham charging forward, the ball at his feet. McTominay. Searching pass he's played there. Rudiger. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Roberto Carlos powering forward here. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. That's going to go a long way. Back where it came from. And he's managed to get free. Ibrahimovic. Big chance! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Rodri. Portugal still chasing a one-goal deficit here. Ibrahimovic needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Strong running down that left flank. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Vardiol did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That's a cute ball. Now that's well seen too. Pedri. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
And he stands tall, impenetrable.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Haaland. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Ibrahimovic. Roberto Carlos. That's very neat. And here's Wirtz.
Portugal really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
para Portugal. Número 14.
So we have movement on both
Número
benches.
15. Vão dar os seus lugares a número 22. Número
No luck
2.
with that dink over the
Vamos
top.
dar uma substituição.
Tries a shot! And he hits the net! And this is getting better and better. And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Pisa are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Mbappe receives it in a good position here. Oh, and that is really good tenacity. Corner number 3 coming up. They've played it short. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior proves just a little bit too strong. Vinicius Junior! And now a sudden chance to counter. Rudiger cuts out the pass. Vinicius Junior.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it, even if it's just a goal. The lift it would give would be...
Can he finish? Goal! A mere formality, nigh on a certainty. He is truly in the zone.
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
Shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho. This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
He's not played the ball, that's a foul. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Well, if he's serious about trying from this range, I think he must feel he can generate the power. Big ask.
And he's taking no chances there. Well, good play on the left-hand side here. What a throw in.
Vamos ter 3 minutos de compensação.
Play cross-field, changing the point of attack.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
He's a sharp... It's Ibrahimovic! Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. He's looking wide. And that is that. Well, that was intense, an enjoyable contest that either could easily have won, ultimately decided by just the odd goal. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the game plan for me just looked a little confused, and the crowd seemed to pick up on this early on, and it just created a kind of negative vibe around the whole stadium, and I think this performance was one best deleted from the memory bank now.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So we're very much on the way now. Little pass back. Pass somewhat off target.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
I really like the look of Florian Wirtz, Peter. What's impressed me most is his decision-making.
Oh, good effort! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And he's there to belt it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Guardiola. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Koller. Wirtz. Rodri. Now he's got space here. Portugal still without a single shot on target. Haaland. He's in a great position here. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And that's really well manoeuvred. Pedri. He won't be happy with that one. Ibrahimovic touches it back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Good running, strong and purposeful. Can he get on the end of this? Bellingham shapes to shoot! Wirtz. Chouameni. And it's Bellingham. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Half an hour played now. Now it's Haaland. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Gives it back. Van Dijk. Lahm drives forward on the overlap. And it's claimed by the keeper. Neither side giving way. It has been tight. Ferdinand is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. Looking for options for movement. Pedri making good progress on the right-hand side. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. So what can they make of this? Roberto Carlos. Pedri. Hakimi.
Oh, really well played.
He has found the way through. And here's Haaland. He's having a pop! Off target by a whisker. Vardiol. Here's Tchouaméni. Roberto Carlos. And it's Tchouaméni. Wirtz. And the referee says that is that for the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Some first half thoughts?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
Well, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but that's not to say it hasn't been very watchable. So off we go again.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later. Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Roberto Carlos. For Ferdinand. McTominay. And it's Wirtz. Vardiol. Oh, that is a nice touch. Threads one in. Portugal have got it back and they'll have another go. And it's Tchouaméni. McTominay. Oh, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Well, welcome to the modern game. You get hounded as soon as you get the ball. You can't take time like that.
He's got away. And he's taking no chances there. Great vision. Played back in. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Roberto Carlos. Looking to play him in. And he's gone looking for safety. Ibrahimovic is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Rudiger did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. That is good progress on the left. That's very neat. Turns back here, probably the best option. Lahm is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. And it's Lahm. He is through here! Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Lahm made a surge from full-back, as it turned out, unsuccessfully. Now it's Bellingham. Oh, that's a key interception. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Roberto Carlos has given away a free kick.
Está a acontecer uma substituição.
two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Lovely bit of skill. Lahm, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Van Dijk. And it's Rodri. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Opts for safety. Half an hour gone in the second half. Now, can they get him away? In by Ibrahimovic. And the keeper gets his hands on it.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior going forward. He's going for goal! Terrific effort, just off target.
Well, that was smashed with venom, violence even. All he had to do was hit the target. It's such a shame.
Vardiol. Pisa need to make something happen here. Vardiol is the guilty party there. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Finds himself unceremoniously floored. Vardiol.
Well, the crowd's impatience is an indicator that they haven't quite given up on a goal just yet.
Cross flung in towards the middle.
That's good defensive concentration. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again. Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
He's a sharp little ball here.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
Lahm gets across to intercept that. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Now it's Eze. Roberto Carlos finding himself in space. This looks promising. Lahm delivers. So 90 minutes have come and gone. It's going to be extra time. So that was the second half.
Yeah, neither side has anything to show for some splendid effort, and they certainly aren't showing any signs of easing off, so we remain optimistic.
So a brief break, and then we will be back for more.
Substituição para Portugal. Número 9. Roberto Carlos.
Into extra time we go.
Sai e vai entrar para o seu lugar com o número 32.
That's a decent ball. Koundé ventures forward. De Jong. And it's Rodri. Aims beyond the defence. That's tidy. Good ball. Vermeer! and he has kept it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 2 then. Fermin with the short one. Nice physical challenge. Portugal have the chance to go the other way. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Guardiola gets over and intercepts. It's a pretty loose pass. Lopez. Van Dijk. That's destined for the flank. It's run loose here. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Vinicius Junior. Di Marco. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Tries to pass it through. Van Dijk kept his eye on it, and he's there. Eze. Lam. And it's Lam. And we're halfway through extra time. Halfway through extra time, and still we are deadlocked. Is it time for a hero to step up and to grab the headlines here?
Substituição para Portugal. Número 4. Número 8.
And so the last chance to find a winner.
Número 3.
0-0 still. Play to win or play for penalties. Collar chasing after it. Fermin. Rodri. De Jong. Knocks it into space. And that's been shot at goal! Off the post! He lifts the roof! Oh, is this it? Have they won it?
Gol! Já após 20 minutos de compensação, o jogador que veste
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Pisa have penetrated for the first time.
Well, Peter, the manager's all smiles, but he's got a big decision to make here. He needs to see this one out.
Tries to play it through. Guardiola spots it and intercepts. Portugal very much running into the last chance saloon.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though.
Cross to the back post. Getting up there! Eder Militao clears it away. Tries one from range. Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And it's Eze. And they win it back again. And that's it. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest. The end of the game. Reflections?
Portugal clearly lost their focus when fatigue started to creep in, Peter. You know, a painful lesson on what can happen if you switch off for an instant at that stage.
Many thanks to Jim. And Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. We're up and running then. He's rising! Nearly, but not quite. He's had it taken off him. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah,
a header! It's fallen kindly here. What a wonderful goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
Pisa are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there. He's going for goal! Oh, glorious! That is a special one! A finish right from the top draw! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Oh, what a mistake! Ferdinand. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Now it's McTominay. He's on it, can he get away? Bellingham. And it's Pedri. And that has left him in a heap. Tchouaméni. He won't be happy with that one. Bellingham. And the counter is on. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Pedri was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Bellingham. Pedri. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Pedri really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Perilously close. Tchouaméni. Roberto Carlos gets into a good position. He is just caressing the ball. Pedri, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Can he finish? Hakimi clears. Rodri running with intent. Good play on the left-hand side here. Lovely bit of skill. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And this is Ibrahimovic. All eyes on the referee. It's a penalty. Portugal have themselves a chance from the spot. The keeper doing his best to put him off. Goal! Portugal! Not much more than a formality.
That's calm for you. Nothing is going to distract him.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Ferdinand, always a very imposing presence at the back. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Can he get it through? Now it's Bellingham. Haaland! That is decidedly lacking. Lahm. That'll be a throw. Great vision. And a chance! And that's in! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser. Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay on side, Peter. That was...
Vamos ter 3 minutos de competição.
Potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Vert can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
This possibly the last play of the half. Vicario breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Can he spark a counter here? And it's Bellingham. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And the referee has signalled for half-time. Portugal are involved in a terrific contest here. It's been a slugfest and a half. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I can tell you it's been a wonderful watch, Peter. I'm not complaining. The goals just seem to keep on coming. It clearly means that defending hasn't been at its best, but you know what I'm like when it comes to defending.
Well, it has been a high-octane first half, full of action, both sides with 2 goals going in at half-time. The second half is up and running.
Portugal are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
That has ended up in no man's land. Van Dijk. Now it's Bellingham. Thuram. Pedri receives it in a good position here. It's gone in! He's put through his own net!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Look, often chances are hard to come by in these games, so just one mistake could be all it takes to make the difference.
Chouameni. Roberto Carlos. They get a throw in. Now it's Ibrahimovic. That is good progress on the left. Lahm wins the duel this time. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, that's nice. Lahm delivers. Getting up there! Oh, split-second reaction.
Ibrahimovic clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Pedri unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Substituição para Portugal. Número 14. Sai e vai entrar para o seu lugar com o número 22. Está a proceder-se a uma substituição.
Eder Militao. And it's Hakimi. Lopez. Oh, what a ball! Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. It's a promising position. That is good strength. Nice control. Great defending, strong and determined. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Well, I think that move petered out due to a lack of urgency. There was no cutting edge.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Ibrahimovic currently being consciously targeted.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Oh, well measured.
Portugal really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Now, can they get him away? Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. He's under a lot of pressure there. Roberto Carlos. McTominay. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And that's a simple one for the keeper. That has been slung wide. Roberto Carlos scooting forward.
OK, it didn't quite come off. The execution, I think, needs a retry, maybe with a better outcome.
Rodri is there to clear. That's going wide left. Crossed in once more.
Portugal really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Está a acontecer uma substituição.
Portugal are making a change now. Koundé. Tries to play it through. Oh, that's well spotted. Tchouaméni looking to play him in. Deftly away. And here's Ibrahimovic. The final seconds now. And it's skewed away. And it's Tchouaméni. But that signals the very end. Portugal pleasingly clever on the ball. They had their moments, but ultimately they take away nothing. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
It was a very good game, played in the right spirit with a fitting atmosphere, and I think football won this time.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all.